This video is brought to you by the best player in the world of Marvel Rivals. Of the Silver League. Hello team, my name is Mikael and I am the community manager for Satisfactory here at Coffee Stain Studios. Damn. In this video, I want to talk about where the studio is heading now in 2025. I want to talk about Satisfactory, of course, touch on that lightly, but I also want to address community management on our side, on all of our platforms, or well, mainly on Twitch and YouTube, moving on, seeing as last week was the week where Snutt finally left the building. That's right, the guy is out there right now doing his own thing. We all cheer you on, man. Thank you so much again for all of your hard work. It's been a blast working with you. And if you, the viewers, would like to follow him on his new journey, make sure to follow him on all of his socials. I'll link, hopefully all of them, somewhere in the description / maybe the cards up above, somewhere around here. You'll find them. Which leads us nicely into the, I guess, CM stuff segment of this video, where again I want to talk mainly about YouTube and Twitch. So let's hit YouTube first, because yes, we are absolutely going to keep on making YouTube videos. They are not going anywhere. You will be seeing a whole lot more of me on the channel. Woo! And the focus will of course still mainly be Satisfactory, especially doubly so when we are in the run-up to new content releasing or in high periods for, just new updates about to land. On top of that, I also want to bring in, or revive, I guess, rather, a nice chunk of behind-the-scenes, in-office types of content. Because I know Snutt and even Jace before used to do like dev interviews, hangouts, office tour of the old place, etc. Just fun stuff going on in the office, give you all insights into that. And I think there is value in bringing that back, and that's what I will aim to do. We have a lot of amazing different personalities working on Satisfactory, and I think it makes sense in the name of transparency, even with regards to being transparent about the game, to show you all a bit more, at least to the extent where our developers are comfortable and want to participate, to show you all a bit more of just what cooking on this game is really like, and just what makes us all as devs, as people, as nerds, just tick. So with regards to both the game update videos coming out, as well as this type of inside the office content, our ambition is to provide you with, oh, I'm gonna get lynched for this, but our ambition is to provide you with 2 videos per month, or 1 video every 2 weeks. Now, this sentence has a big asterisk attached to it, depending on just general workload, the state of dev, where the game is at, and also what type of content we're making. If we're making a super in-engine game footage heavy trailer almost, or even just spot-on trailer, that type of content does take time to make, and so during those periods you might see less output from us on YouTube. If that's the case, I will try to be as transparent about that as possible to keep the cadence of new content on this channel open, again with the baseline being, with our ambition of a baseline being 2 videos every month. Which brings us to our other major avenue of providing you all with content and just a window into our own cozy little space, which is Twitch. That rhymed. Okay, so will we keep streaming? Yes. Will we stream weekly? Yes. Will it be a dev stream? Yes. All right, I have some thoughts about how I would like to not necessarily alter the format of the dev stream. I like the dev stream a lot. But I do have some thoughts about how to approach the dev stream now that I am alone for a bit. I'm going solo for a bit. We are still recruiting a new CM actively, but until someone else lands and does this job with me full time, I would like to kind of rotate or shuffle between me going at the dev stream solo, where sometimes it just might be a full-on dev stream like the ones you're already used to, where we do, a state of dev and then highlights and a Q&A. Or on other days, we could maybe take it and remove the state of dev part, in these drought periods when we don't really have much to say and we just end up spewing out a bunch of who knows or we'll see, anyway. Maybe replace those parts and add gameplay and add maybe spontaneous just dialogue with other devs, interviews, which brings me to what I was mentioning just earlier about shuffling between me going solo and me having a streaming partner in terms of a guest from inside the office. So say we could borrow maybe Emmett, who is our game director, for a stream where his schedule allows. We could have a sit down and instead of going through the standard, state of dev, highlights, Q&A, we could sit down with Emmett and for an hour just have the stream be about him, Emmett talking about what being the game director on Satisfactory is like. If I kidnap a designer, we could sit down and talk about design, I guess. And if I yoink a programmer, we could get into the nitty-gritty technical details of the game, a lot of behind the scenes, just that kind of stuff. One final thing about these guest streams is that I am very unsure on what the cadence of those would be, because that wholly depends on how busy the devs are. If we have a very intense period leading up to releasing new content for the game, I'm pretty sure you would all like the devs to just do their jobs full time. The devs are still hard at work at both bringing the game to consoles as well as releasing 1.1 as soon as possible. Now, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, we can't share much more in particular about 1.1 today than we have in the past, but I'll throw you a couple of bones in this video. So 1.1 will not fundamentally change how you play the game, nothing in at the scale of pipes or trains will come in to make you rethink your entire way of just transporting materials. There will be no 10th tier, there will be no 6th phase. What 1.1 aims to be is a nice slew of content that just adds to everything we felt we managed to complete in 1.0. Before I give you the second, bigger, juicier bone about 1.1, let's rewind a little spin and talk about consoles again. We want to share our thought process much more in depth about consoles and what it's actually like bringing the game from PC to the consoles on TV. Because, it's not as simple, obviously at this point, as just, ripping the game down and plonking it into a disc and shipping it there and calling it a day. The lead up to the console release will include talks about this. It will also include much more, just detailed talks about, say, button mapping, how we thought about moving a very complex game like Satisfactory to in the grand scheme of things, very tiny controller. What challenges we faced playing the game on consoles, what challenges we faced just porting the game, what mechanics were particularly tricky, what's the feel of the game like on console, all this stuff. We want to talk about all these things on the channel as we approach the console release. That release, I will have to admit, we have said on record that, both on YouTube and on Twitch, that consoles should release very soon in this year, maybe even Q1 soon. That is looking like it's no longer the case, and that is simply because circumstances do change with game development. And we do want to say this right now as soon as possible, just again to be as open as possible about the fact that we may have goofed, we may have hyped up consoles to be coming a bit earlier than expected. They should still be landing this year, but it will not be Q1. It will not really be anytime super soon, but it should definitely still be sometime this year. But yeah, the end of this long ramble is that it's very nice to finally be able to say that the vacations are over, the team is entirely back, we are seeing full development time all hours of every week, at least work hours, head into Satisfactory. The game is progressing forwards towards multiple goals. We'll share all of those with you in the future, again on these channels, which will also be providing you with content, same old, moving forwards. Starting with a little, just a teensy tiny little sneak peek at what's actually coming in 1.1 right now. So viewers, thank you for joining us for this year. and let's have ourselves another great old journey. We're gonna miss you, man. Oh well, back to work.